Daniel Lawrence Whitney, better known to the American public as the comedian Larry the Cable Guy, got in hot water with his fan base this past week after he tweeted out a joke about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You see, Larry tweeted out several photos of Marjorie Taylor Greene during the State of the Union. He did that late in the week, where she's jumping up, pointing, doing her crazy faces and shouting. And he said, very non-political tweet here. He said, "This pic reminds me of every comedian's ex-girlfriend coming to their show and sitting in the back 6 days after the breakup." And then all hell broke loose in what I am calling a redneck revolt against the blue-collar comedian. His fan base on Twitter went ballistic, accusing him of attacking Republicans, attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene, apparently taking Biden's side, and told him, "You gotta stay out of politics," even though he's actually been very outspoken about politics going all the way back at least to 2016, where he said that Hillary Clinton would, quote, "will be the end of the country." So dabbling in politics is nothing new for Mr. Daniel Whitney. Again, that's his real name, Daniel Whitney. But when he took a jab at a Republican politician, who, by the way, is actually universally hated across the country, except with the extreme MAGA freaks, that was a line too far. Here's just a couple of the responses. I've got his Twitter feed up here, and to be honest, I'm not seeing anything that's like too bad. I mean, he did have to come out, after all these horrible responses, which I guess you got to scroll further than I've scrolled. But he says, "This wasn't a political joke. Unbelievable. Lighten up, some of you. Sheesh. It was about a comedian getting heckled by his ex at the club. She had all the gestures. Some of you deaf don't follow me, or you'd think twice about your dumb comments." Trying to, bolster his Republican credentials, like, "Clearly you don't know that I'm a hardcore idiot." So these are a couple of the responses. "Come on, man, don't do politics, Larry. Not a good look for you." Another person said, 2 years. Let's go, Brandon." One user said, "She was calling out a blatant lie. Finally, someone in the GOP that can give AOC types as good as they give." So a couple of other ones here. Let me see if I can find some. Some people, a lot of them are, "That's pretty damn funny right there. This is hilarious. Get her done. 1000%. So, yeah. I mean, she shouted liar and everyone knows she was correct. Yeah, but she's still awesome. Yeah, but this is totally understandable because in this case, nobody likes the ex-boyfriend. Add up what the Democrats have done to reps the last decade, she doesn't even come close. The same folks who call the left snowflakes and thin-skinned are the ones angry. Ironic, isn't it? Haha, so you get called out too. Listen, I could go on and on and on, but I don't want to sit here reading comments on Larry the Cable Guy's Twitter. But I do think it's funny because, again, this guy has defended Donald Trump. He was a little leery about Trump at first when he first came onto the scene, said, some of the things he says rubs him the wrong way. But he's defended Donald Trump multiple times since then. He attacked Hillary Clinton, saying, as I said, she'd be the death of the country. He wasn't even taking a jab at Marjorie Taylor Greene over her politics, just mocking her facial expressions in those photographs that were taken during the State of the Union. But apparently the audience can't accept that. And I guarantee you they'd be shocked to know that his real name is not, in fact, Larry the Cable Guy, but again, Daniel Whitney, who, as far as I can tell from his bio, actually grew up to a very solidly upper middle class family, went to private school. He's not the backwood redneck that all of you think he is. No, that's you. He's putting on a persona to sell you comedy. And it worked. It worked like a charm. But you idiots don't realize that, and the second he says something that, hey, look at how goofy this Republican is, then we end up with this redneck revolt. But don't worry, Larry the Cable Guy is going to be just fine. His audience will forget about it in a moment as soon as he starts tweeting out more right-wing crap, which will probably be any moment now. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.